Hi everyone, hope you guys are doing well. Today is day 4 of storytelling, and yesterday I took a day off. Yesterday was Sunday, and I just decided to have a nice day outside and went to a beach, and just was like a self-care day. I had a nice long bath. And we watched Justice League yesterday. Oh my god, I love superhero movies. They are my favorites. So today what we're going to talk about, what I'm going to talk with you about, is how yoga transformed my life. And I think yoga has followed me throughout my whole life. And I think, when did I start doing yoga? I think that was after my Europe tour. So I did with my ex-partner a 6-month Europe tour. And we met so many people in this Europe tour who did yoga and meditation. And it was really interesting because so many people, it was almost like a sign from the universe for me. It's like a book which keeps on popping up in your life, and it's a sign, maybe, or I take it as a sign that I should do that, or I should read that book. So it was the same with yoga in my life. And I remember, I think I was around 19 or so when I started doing yoga. And the really cool thing was, after our Europe tour, we did couch surfing in the south of Germany, Lake Constance, Bodensee called in German. And our couch surfing host, he was a Kundalini Yoga teacher, which was such a coincidence because we couldn't actually see it from his profile. And he taught us some Kundalini Yoga. So I started with Kundalini Yoga, which is, the more spiritual yoga, I call it. Or, you do a lot of Kriya, so the same sequence, but you do it for a couple of minutes, the same sequence and the same movements. And it is really, really powerful. So that's how I started doing yoga. And then we started with back then my ex-partner and I, we started together yoga, which was really cool. So we started out yoga with Adrienne. And maybe a lot of people know yoga with Adrienne. She's like the yoga teacher on YouTube. And we just loved her personality. And we started out with her and we watched her, and I just remember how incredible I felt after doing yoga. And as I mentioned before, my other live videos, I used to not really feel good in my body. I just felt like always like, I don't know, not just really nice and open, But also because I never knew the difference. So when I started doing yoga, I noticed straight away the difference in my body. Like I felt more alive. I felt more open, and all of my muscles and everything just felt so much more flexible. And then I found out that's how it actually feels like to be in your body. Your body can feel so good. And that was so mind-blowing for me, because I always thought that it's okay to not feel good in your body, and it's normal. It's normal to feel shoulder pain. And I have, since I'm a child, I think, I have shoulder pain. So my shoulders, they just really hurt, and I have a really long neck. And so and also my knees and just everything just was like, I had like back aches and stuff like that. And so yoga was, oh my god, it was the thing for me, when I found it, I just loved it from the second on, and I just loved the yoga principles as well. And yeah, so I did yoga for a couple of years during my flight attendant life, and it just, I just couldn't live a day without doing yoga. I was just so addicted to it. But at the beginning, I always just did it with YouTube videos and did my own kind of style of yoga. Sometimes a little bit with Kundalini Yoga poses. And then, while I was at my flight attendant job, it just came to me that I want to become a yoga teacher. And to be honest, back then, I think it was 2018? When back then I thought, oh no, I can't become a yoga teacher because I'm not good enough, I'm not flexible enough. And these are all the beliefs that you have about you which stop you from doing things. But I just decided, no, I'm just going to do this yoga teacher training. I'm not the best at yoga, but who cares? So I signed up for this yoga teacher course. I quitted my flight attendant job because it wasn't fulfilling me anymore. And I was just really stressed and burned out from my flight attendant job. It was, just not the lifestyle that I wanted to have in my life. The traveling and going on planes and being ungrounded the whole time. It created a lot of stress and anxiety in my body, which was just not really great for me. Yoga was my lifesaver, because back then I was kind of stuck in this flight attendant job, and I thought, that might be the answer and I can do it for the rest of my life because I love traveling. And so many people, they said, oh my God, it's an amazing job you have and I can be so grateful. And I mean, I was really grateful, but I just knew it wasn't the answer for me. It wasn't. So yoga really, it saved my life. It saved me from burnout, I would even say. From, overwhelm, stress. It was always the thing that I turned to which grounded me again, and which gave me some sort of purpose. So I quitted my flight attendant job back in, I think July 2018. And then I went to India in September. I did my yoga teacher training for a month in Rishikesh in India, and I really wanted to do it where yoga was coming from. So I was doing a yoga teacher training, and I my mind was like, what am I doing here? Why did I choose this? Because I had always a lot of self-doubts, and I always thought you have to be so good at something to be able to teach it. But I slowly recognized that you actually don't have to be a master in yoga if you want to become a yoga teacher. Actually, anyone can become a yoga teacher, which, I never thought would be possible. And I remember my yoga teacher course, there were people who didn't even do yoga before, and they became a yoga teacher. So, it actually doesn't matter at which level you start yoga, or even if you become straight away a yoga teacher. You don't even need experience. You can just become a yoga teacher just for your own practice. A lot of people just went there for their own practice. And but I loved every second of the yoga teacher training. I became even more flexible and more in touch with my body. The whole yoga teacher training was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. It was something which has transformed me, and which has changed me. Yeah, it totally, like 100%, every cell of my body. It was like 1 month of deep dive transformation, and it was so powerful because I shared it with so many people of my yoga teacher training, and everyone was going so deep, and we created this energy of love at the end. For the first time in my life, I experienced what love feels like, how connective, how connecting it feels like to be with people who are on the same path as you, who have the same values, who share the same things. And it was mind-blowing. The yoga teacher training changed everything for me, everything, absolutely. Like it brought me to the whole next level, and also energetically, it brought me to my next level. I became so much more sensitive to energies than ever before. It was crazy, because I went back to Germany and I was a new person. I was different, and also deep inside of me, I just knew that I can't be around my family anymore, or I can't be there. I just didn't felt right. So I went to Canada then, and I think I was in Canada for about like 9 or 10 months. Hi, Catherine. So much love to you. Hope you're doing well. I'm just talking about my yoga journey and how yoga transformed my life. And as you might know, yoga is, oh my God, I love it. It's wonderful. Anyway, so then I went to Canada and I taught yoga there in a hot yoga studio, which was really cool. And so anyway, I feel like, yoga has been in my life all in all for like 5 or 6 years, and it's been the thing that I do almost every day, except if I'm traveling or I'm, sometimes I'm taking a break. Like yesterday, I didn't do any yoga because I did a workout the day before and my muscles were so sore. It was, okay, I had to take a break. And what else want I say? Anyway, what is your experience with yoga? I can really encourage you, if you have an urge to become a yoga teacher. I think I'm gonna sit down now. I just walked up this big hill. If you have an urge, to become a yoga teacher, or to, if you have just like a desire in you would love to do something, just go ahead, try it out to see if it's aligned with your life. And for me personally, everything built it up after this yoga teacher training, because then I was a new person. And I learned so much in India. I learned so much about myself, about energies. I went to a Reiki healer there. And I can actually tell you that story tomorrow. How I discovered my healing abilities. And, just like a whole new world opened up for myself once I let myself be guided by something higher. Once I let myself be guided by the divine, by God, the universe, however you want to call it, and I just surrendered, because I was working as a flight attendant. I knew I'm working against my values, against my intuition, and it's just not the life that I want to live. So I just had this little desire sparking up in me, become a yoga teacher. You know, and of course, so many fears and doubts are creeping in. But if you are mastering the fears and you're feeling the fear inside of you, but you go ahead and do it anyway, then the fear no longer controls you, and you conquered fear. And you realized, once you did the thing that you wanted to do and you accomplished it, you realized, oh my God, this fear actually just wanted to protect you. And there is nothing to be afraid of. And fear can become one of your best friends. It's your guide. And sometimes it's your guide, to do the things that you don't want to do. Or not to do the things that you should do. But you think you shouldn't do them. And that's the funny thing about it. Yeah, anyway, this was just a little rampage about yoga, how yoga transformed my life. And I wouldn't be here if I wouldn't have done so much yoga in my life, I think. And if I wouldn't have made the decision to become a yoga teacher and to teach yoga. And I love teaching yoga. It was one of the things that I just love doing. At the moment, I'm not doing it because I'm traveling and we're not sure if you're gonna stay in the Sunshine Coast for a while. But I might do it actually online. I just have to check with, some things. I probably have to ask some people how to do it. Yes, but it's one of my biggest passions ever, and yoga actually means unity. It's becoming one again. And yoga is not just about, becoming flexible. It's more about how deep you can go within while you're doing the poses. And this is the yoga. It's actually the mastery of your mind while you're doing the poses. And you can stand still, and you're the powerful woman who can do the yoga poses without, listening to the mind of like, oh no, it's enough now. I'm so tired. Don't do that anymore. Or, you can't do this pose. It's actually unwiring your mind from all this bullshit, these bullshit beliefs that you have picked up from the beginning of your life. And yoga is so healing for your body because it opens up your nadis. It's really good for your chakras, for the energy system. It's the thing that if I wouldn't have it in my life anymore, I would miss it the most. And in the next days, maybe also tomorrow, I will talk about the story with my back a bit and how I healed my back pain. And I couldn't do yoga for a while, and that was the most frustrating time in my life. Anyway, I'm sending you lots of love as you're watching the replay, #replay, and I hope you have a beautiful day.